Amy Engelhard, the current state data steward hired through the Educational Technology Council. I'm passionate about making sure that we're using our state longitudinal data system to positively impact students in the state. And one of the things that I do is train school districts about, first of all, what is the state longitudinal data system, what isn't it, and how can we use it to better impact what's going on in our state with education. The state longitudinal data system is the culmination of several different education-based data warehouses into one place. It's the work of different state agencies, including ITD, the Governor's Office, NDUS, K-12 Education, and several others. And even though all of those state agencies do the work for the state longitudinal data system, the data is always owned by the school districts and the stakeholders. North Dakota started its effort to build their SLDS system in 2007 and has continued on with the help of federal grants that started in 2009. None of those grants had anything to do with the Race to the Top or Common Core. The goal of North Dakota's state longitudinal data system has many different stems to it. There's the K-12 education, then we have the NDUS system, the universities, then we have workforce, career readiness, and plus then we have also the legislative assembly and the people who make the decisions in our state. The SLDS provides the ability for all of those different stems to basically talk to each other and then make decisions that make more sense. The state longitudinal data system provides us the way to make sure that all education that we are doing in the state of North Dakota is done at the best level that it possibly can be done at, and our students are the most prepared that they need to be for workplace and real life. It also gives us the data needed to make sure we're always making informed decisions, not decisions based on anything besides what's really going on. Because the SLDS has historical information in it, it really gives the educators the ability to start to make decisions to impact the students based on not one piece of data, but based on the picture of that student as a whole. So we don't want to just look at grades, or we don't want to just look at attendance, or even just one assessment. We want to be pulling all three of those things, or even more points of data in to make decisions so that students are looked at as a whole and then moved forward into their success. For parents and students, there's e-transcripts, which comes straight from the SLDS. It allows the students and the parents to send transcripts right off to the university systems within the state instead of having to do it themselves. This also makes scholarship application and review a much easier process, and at any time, parents always have access into their own child's data. Now, the key to remember with all of this data being stored in the SLDS is that it is only accessible to those that are in authenticated roles. And what I mean by authenticated roles is I like to think of it like an onion. On the outside of the onion, you have district administrators, and they are able to see all schools in their district, all students in their district, because they have the role where they need to. Underneath that, you have school administrators, principals, who can see just the school that they are at, or if they have more than one school. Then underneath that, you have teachers, and all that they can see are students that are rostered to them for their current year. On the outside of the onion, we have public reports and research reports that are available to basically anybody. But the key with those is that there's no individual student data on them at any time. The other thing to remember is that there's always data share agreements that are entered in between the researcher and ITD. So ITD will aggregate the data that they are wanting from SLDS, but make sure when it's passed on to them that there's no identifiable information on it. The data stored in the SLDS is kept in the most secure environment possible, which is at the Capitol building. ITD is tasked with making sure that it stays secure. Because I'm the data steward for the state, I am the one that goes around and conducts all of the training and the professional development around the SLDS and the K-12 education system. And I can say with the most confidence that it is such a valuable tool for what we are trying to do in the state of North Dakota. We want to be making our decisions based on what we are seeing for facts, not just opinions or objective type things. We want to always be using data to do that. And the SLDS is the tool that provides educators the way to do that. My own personal passion is to make sure that whatever we're doing with the SLDS is impacting students in a positive manner. I can also say with confidence that the security around the SLDS system is very tight. Only those in those authenticated roles I mentioned previously are able to access the data. It is not something that is taken lightly. The North Dakota State Longitudinal Data System is secure, and it provides us as a way to connect all of those different stems together. So first we have the students, and then we have the parents of those students, and then they are in a K-12 education system with administrators and principals and those people that then connect with the university system and the workplace and the legislative assembly. And within all of that, we can be making decisions that always connect back to the student and what's best for them. and it allows everybody to talk together all the time and make sure we're making decisions in the state that are data-driven and the best informed possible. For more information about the ND SLDS, I highly encourage you to visit the site.